Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Flyers All Access Show right here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Matt Malloy, and let's bring you up to speed on everything surrounding your Gander Flyers. And joining me now to talk about that weekend series is Flyer Doug Hardiman. Doug, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here, Matt. Thanks.
First of all, Doug, the Flyers went into this series just 2 points back of the CB, so I'm wondering if you guys thought that this was your most important series to date in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you didn't want to drop both games, but we were thinking going in, get the first one, then get the second, we'd be up. Fortunately, things didn't go our way Saturday night, so I don't want to say we were desperate because, you know, it's still fairly early in the season, but there was a little desperation on Sunday, and we got the job done. It was a huge 2 points. You're talking about a 4-point swing.
Exactly.
Instead of being down 6, we're down 2, so yeah.
And on Saturday night, you guys lost that game 5-2. I wasn't in there to watch the game, but I saw the score sheets, and the Flyers only had 5 shots on goal in the second period. So I'm thinking that could have been maybe the difference maker. So I'm wondering what the big difference was in Saturday's game, do you think?
It wasn't a good second period, that's for sure. We had a great first period. We were up 2-1 when it was over. We got into a bit of penalty trouble, and I think we started to worry too much about the refs in general, and kind of instead of playing our game, we got off our game. And you know, everybody complains about the refs from time to time, and maybe they weren't the best, but they, you know, you got to shake that off sometimes, and we weren't able to do that, and they took advantage. It was 4-2 after the second was over, so really bad second period, and yeah, we weren't able to recover from it sometimes. Sometimes that happens. Right
now we have a very special guest about to join us. Dougie, it must be a great feeling for you after, say, on a Saturday night, if you guys lose, and you get to come home, and this is what you get to come home to. So just tell us who this little Flyers fan is.
This is Sadie Elizabeth, my little daughter. She's 7.5 months old, and yeah, she's great. She's a huge fan, obviously.
Now, I see her at pretty much every single home game that you guys go to. So, Doug, I'm wondering, just as a father, after a rough game, how nice is it to come home and this is what you get to see after a tough loss?
Oh, it's the best, of course. It's even better after a win. She celebrates with me. A lot of times she's asleep, so I don't get to see her until the morning after a game. But no, I mean, what better to go home to?
Yeah, exactly. Of course, being a new dad, unfortunately, Doug has to leave his daughter when he goes on the road, just like Saturday. When the bus left at 8:30, Doug, I'm guessing you were there on time?
Maybe.
Maybe. So what we're going to do, we had our cameras there, and we had team trainer Paul Matheson mic'd up. So stay tuned for the footage of that, and I'm guessing we'll see if Doug was on time or not.
Big games the weekend. This all goes in the back, Ryan. The last stereo with the music. Always got to have music. Lots of sticks. Here's one of the most important parts, of course. There are jerseys. We're going to hang those up on the bus, like I did before. Okay. Now it's a hurry up and wait for the boys. Oh, the road trip was great for our trip to Deer Lake. We had a great time, great chance for the boys to bond. As it can be seen, we had a win and an overtime or a shootout loss. It's been a great experience so far this year. The boys have been great. Fans have been unbelievable. Support. Excited to go. I can't wait to get on the road again with the boys. So anyway, I'm going to take a double check of the equipment now. Where's your gear at? In Gary's vehicle? Yeah, Gary does not like the cold. I'm not sure what he's going to do in Moores Stadium this evening in Harbour Grace. Didn't know you were coming. Oh, you're on tape, by the way, but you're being taped, so one for Rogers. Okay, let's get her going. Any idea where Dougie Hardiman in them are?
He was on his way. Dougie, I don't even know Dougie's phone number. What's that? Well, Dougie showed somebody.
He was on his way.
I had that Facebook. I
You
called.
got Dougie's number?
Yeah, I text him every time.
What?
Dougie's on his way.
There's James Keogh. Nice to show up, James, boy. Nice of you to show up. How you doing? This is all. Yep. Luggage up here, James. Morning, sir. Let me take your the gear. Okay. Everybody ready, boys? Yeah. Yeah, outside the bus. Go, James. Good boy.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 5th episode of the Flyers All Access Show right here on Rogers TV. I'm Matt, and right here with me now is the head coach for the Gander Flyers, Mr. Dennis Laing. Coach, thanks for joining us today. Well, first of all, Coach, the Flyers are 12 games in. You're exactly at your halfway point. Can you compare the team now to the team that opened the season on October 20th against the Seabees?
Yeah, I think we got a lot better, getting used to playing with each other. I think we made a few changes. You understand that the last 12 games, I think it was more to do with evaluations too, because we had a lot of people, we're a young team, so we didn't know what players could play this league, technically speaking. I think they all play at this level. It's just how they fit in with a team concept or with players. So the last 5 games, I think we're getting down to our set starting lineup, and forwards are pretty well set. Defense is still doing a little more evaluation and give these guys more. Most of the players we got haven't played the senior,
Exactly.
So to give them a chance to learn the game and see if they can play at that speed, and also play with other players, So I think that's worked out really well. The last, starting off was an excellent, series start off with the Harbour Grace team, and this weekend we played really well against them this weekend in both games too.
You're a coach, but as a coach, you're also going to be a teacher. So we're going to call you Mr. Laing instead of Coach Laing. So I'm going to give you 4 different aspects of the Flyers in the first half of the season. I want you to grade it for me and just give us your thoughts on where you stand. First is your goaltending. How would you grade that?
Excellent. Patty's played so well that I can't take him out. That's a good complaint, and I feel bad for Greg because he hasn't had a chance. But when a goalie like Patty and is playing super, you as a coach, I can't change it.
Exactly.
So my rating there is A+.
Now, what about your power play?
Power play, the power play is adjustment. I think that's more to do with players not playing together.
Yeah.
And not used to each other. We're getting better, but I think we got a lot more work on that side of it, and I think that will go on with if I keep the lines together and they will get used to playing each other. And also your personnel, you got to find out who fits that at that level of power play. Now you're talking to a defensive coach, so power play is kind of like not new, but it's something that's got to come with the talent, And I think with Tyler and Jordan and these guys and Chad, it will come,
And what about grade? Would you give the passing grade so far your power play?
Yes, yes.
Definitely?
On a scale of 10, I'll give it a 7.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And talk about your PK a little bit. Now, that got to be the toughest one because you guys don't get a lot of practice, so trying to set up a PK must be kind of tough for you guys.
Well, I can tell you, the issue with PK is that their players are so good, and I guess our adjustments is try to stay out of the penalty box so we don't have to go with the PK. And when they power up, all the teams are very, very good in their power plays. So I think we're holding our own with that. And we got the two young fellows, the Ghouls with Steve and Shane. They're playing super. And then last weekend I used Roddy and Dougie, and I still got Tyler and Chad and these guys to come in. And our defenseman, James Keel, is playing super for us on the penalty kill. And Mitch Flynn last weekend also played really well. And Spencer and Ryan and all the defense are coming in their own. And I think we're a very good team, you know. And we just got to learn the next step. You
Exactly. And for your grade, somewhere between 1 and 10, what would you give your PK?
I give Pinnacle a lot of credit. I give them around 8. You know,
Excellent. Perfect.
I think they deserve a lot of credit. When you see guys blocking shots and you see guys, you know, working hard and trying to keep pucks out, I think that's an excellent sign.
And finally, your 5-on-5.
5-on-5 is excellent. 5-on-5. I don't think any team here, you know, I know Grand Falls and Clareville are the faster team, but the CB's teams are strong too. But you put us 5-on-5, I think we'll beat any team in this league.